knock. Stick around.
Hey, what is up guys? Sam here, Contagious Collection, back with another video. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the game room. Back with another one. And this time I decided to do a must-play, must-own Nintendo 64 games. Now, growing up, when the N64 was out, I didn't have one. I remember I would always go and play at like a neighbor's house. And off the bat, a couple of the games that are super nostalgic for me are 007 GoldenEye and 1080 Snowboarding, I believe it's called. I used to play that game a lot. It's so much fun, and those games, specifically in particular, actually hold a really special place in my heart. And overall, the console itself. And as far as like my N64 collection goes, I have a pretty quite large collection. I think close to like 80 games now, give or take, somewhere around that area. But before I get started as well, guys, I want to give a few shout outs actually to newer channels that I actually came across and I discovered. Really cool channels. Please definitely go sub to their channels, check out their videos. Tell them Sam from Contagious Collection sent you. Yeah, I'm going to get right into it. So I wrote it down so I don't forget. First off, I'm going to start off with CJ's Gaming. She has a really cool channel. Definitely go check her channel out. GnarlySeaBass, Tony Tech Powell, PocaleGames. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And by the way, I will put their YouTube channels, the names with the correct spelling and everything down below in the description and whatnot. Also, I want to give a shout out to Lane Dad Retro Gamer, Generation Pixel, Micro Wolverine, PlaytendoGuy, and last but definitely not least, I want to give a shout out to Mike Shed as well. Mike's Shed, it's Mike's apostrophe S, M-I-K-E apostrophe S, Mike's Shed. And those were the shout outs. So I'm going to get right into it, guys. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink and snacks, and here we go. Nothing in no particular order. Just want to recommend these. They're about like 30 games. So if you guys are new into even collecting N64 games, I highly, highly recommend these games. And also, I'll talk about that as well. There are spine labels, guys, that N64 cartridges did not have. They sell them online. As far as I remember, they're quite cheap. And for a full set, you could get it for like 20 bucks or less, even 20 to $30. I think it's a great deal. And as far as like me, more of my collection is loose base cartridges. And I have about like 9 complete in box games. So I don't find box games in my area all that often, but still thankful to have what I do have. And just truly blessed to have all these games in my collection. As of course you guys know, with video game prices, everything is just so out of whack. It's so crazy. Prices constantly fluctuate, where it's just going up and down. And with the COVID thing going, just prices right now are just skyrocketing, shooting through the roof. So yeah. All right, I'm going to get into it. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. First, I'm going to start off with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which this is complete in box. I remember I got this like years ago, which glad I did, from the flea market. I think I only paid like, actually it was in a bundle deal. I got this in a bundle deal, so I got it for a really great price. Absolutely amazing. Zelda being one of my favorite franchises as far as video games go. As far as like Nintendo, the original NES, I grew up on a Nintendo. I would always play like The Legend of Zelda or Kung Fu or Russian Attack and Legend of Kage, I believe it's pronounced. I used to always call it Legend of Cage, or I guess it's Legend of Kage, either or. But anyway, yeah, so Zelda, Ocarina of Time, amazing game. And I know this has had a lot of like updates in HD, you know, upgrades and whatnot. But having the game complete in box, I still play it time to time on the N64. It's really fun, amazing game, of course, super fun. Next one, which is of course, like I said earlier, it's super nostalgic for me, and that is GoldenEye 007. I absolutely love the old GoldenEye movies. My favorite James Bond, as far as like all with like all the James Bond, is Pierce Brosnan, and I loved just the way he acts. Even the game is amazing, multiplayer, story mode, first person shooter, super fun. Yeah, GoldenEye 007. Next one, let's get into Smash Brothers. A very fun, just kind of like a stadium brawler type game where Nintendo decided to put all their, or most of their um, Nintendo characters all into one, and they said, "Hey, let's make a fighting game, like a stadium fighting game, which is super fun." And of course, you could play like 4 players at once. If you and you have like 3 other friends or 3 other people, you could play, all together, or you could play it alone as well with the computer. And again, these spine labels, I just wanted to tell you guys, highly recommend these, especially if you're collecting loose cartridges. They look amazing on the shelf, very shiny, and you get to know where your games actually are if you place it on your shelf. Because unfortunately, back in the days when N64 came out with these games, they didn't put spine labels on them. I don't know why, but now people actually make these, and you could get like the whole set for a really good deal online. So highly recommend you guys getting those spine labels for these if you don't have them. So yeah, Super Smash Brothers. Next one, of course, the all-time classic. This is a must have if you have an N64, and that is Super Mario 64. Such a amazing 3D open world, or well, not technically open world, but just an amazing 3D super fun action adventure game. So I'm gonna go quite try to go fast as possible with these, because like I said, there's about like 30 games that I'm recommending here, and these are all like top notch, very good, very fun titles that again I highly recommend. Racing game, of course, another one, Mario Kart 64, super fun. Still pop it in, and I still play all of these games. This especially, Mario Kart 64. I remember I couldn't find this game when I first started collecting, and then I think there was like about like 2 weeks in a row, I ended up finding like 2 or 3 copies where I couldn't find it at first at all. But I kept the best labeled condition one in my collection, and I think I sold, or I probably even traded the other two locally with other collectors, if I remember correctly. Anyway, another amazing game, Mario Kart 64, very fun. And of course, if you guys are into sports games, um, these are just fun with the goofy and the fun, Mario polish on it. Mario Tennis and Mario Golf. Very fun games, very fun Mario based sports games. The next three, I remember I did not have these and I couldn't find these. And again, if you have like friends or relatives, family, anybody's that into like, playing games together and whatnot, these are, I highly recommend these as well. If you can get them for a great price. And that is Mario Party, Mario Party 2, and Mario Party 3. They're basically, of course, uh, party games. You could get your friends or family if they're into like stuff like this. Have a few beers, have some fun. If not, whatever, just and a lot of fun stuff. You guys will have a blast playing all these. Next one of my favorite games in the library of the Nintendo 64. Again, I remember I was looking out for this. Glad I got this when I did, and that is Paper Mario. Very fun, turn-based action RPG. Actually, not action RPG. Excuse me. It's a turn-based RPG, and basically the graphics, they look like paper made, and it's super fun, guys. Very fun. This is where it all started, and I did end up finding the one on Wii U recently. It was in my last pickups video. Paper Mario Color Splash. I finally got that in the collection as well. So another great game. Uh, just a fantastic game. There's no question about it. This one, I got really lucky. I remember finding this. It was at a thrift store where I got like a whole lot with like a few Super Nintendo games. It just comes to mind where how I found these, and I like to tell the stories behind it, how and when I got them. So the bundle was at a thrift store, and as soon as I saw this, I was like, I'm grabbing that. And this was like a few years ago, and the manager there at the time was a very cool girl, very nice young lady, and she hooked it up. So she said she brought the box out. I was talking to one of the employees there, and then the manager just like she walked up to me. She's like, "Oh, are you looking for video games? I got a box in the back." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a collector. I'm looking for retro video games and whatnot, whatever you have." So she brings this box out, and then she tells me $40 for everything. Now, before I'm about to pay, another employee pops in, some nosy girl, and I do not like nosy people whatsoever. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh no, this chick is gonna screw up this deal right now." She's like, "Why are you gonna sell that for $40? That's worth a lot more than that." I was like, "Okay, that's done." So she's probably gonna give me a higher price, or I'm not going to get a good deal on that. And a console and controllers and everything were in there. A bunch of games, like a spot on uh, collection on the spot. Um, anyway, so she was cool. And then she told that girl off. She's like, "You know what? Mind your own business. I do what I want. I'm the manager here." And she was nice enough, and she gave me that whole lot for $40. And I was thankful enough to get this game in there, and that is Conker's Bad Fur Day. And of course, this is one of the more sought after and more expensive games. Again, guys, I do not care about prices when it comes to video games. I truly am passionate, and I love collecting video games, and I try to get them for good deals, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna pay everything retail, guess what? You're gonna end up breaking the bank. And it's getting tougher to find the good games for better deals, but they're still out there, and I'm still finding stuff. I mean, at least in my neck of the woods, I am. But yeah, another good one, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Very fun action adventure kind of action platformer 3D game. Alrighty, next one, another great one, and that is Kirby 64: The Crystal Shards. All the Kirby games, in my opinion, are very fun, very well made. Again, that beautiful polish that Nintendo sprayed on it, all over it, and gave it their touch. Another really fun one. And one of my favorite games, again, in the library. It's like really up there. I absolutely love these games, and that is Banjo Kazooie and Banjo. Actually, I think Banjo Tooie is the first one, or is it Banjo Kazooie? One or the other. One or the other. I'm mixing it up. Anyway, very fun, again, action platformer style games. Super fun. Still play them till this day, of course. Really fun stuff. Highly recommend those as well. Another amazing one, and that is Yoshi's Story. Um, uh, Yoshi's own game. Really fun. Highly recommend that as well. Very colorful, very kid friendly and whatnot. But it's a ton of fun. Awesome game. Next one I'm going to show is, which I believe it's a top down. It's a vertical shooter. As far as I know, in the American library, I think there was either one or very few as far as like shmups go, or shooters. And that is Star Soldier: Vanishing Earth. I remember I picked this up maybe about a couple years ago, maybe a little more, off of eBay, and I only got it for $15, free shipping, and glad that I did, again, because a lot of these prices are just crazy right now, where they're going. Yeah, I think it's a very fun, solid shmup shooter. Next one is Mischief Makers. This was another one on my list that I was looking for, and I ended up finally finding it maybe about a year back or a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure. Mischief Makers, beautiful graphics. Again, the controls take a little getting used to. It's a little bit odd, especially when you first start playing it, but nonetheless, a very great and solid title. Two more kind of action platformers. Um, Again, glad I got these when I did as well. I got these from a flea market, I believe, a while back, and that is Chameleon Twist and Chameleon Twist 2. Uh, Again, if you guys find great deals on these, definitely pick these up. Very fun, really cool action platformer style games. Again, the controls do get take getting used to, but they are a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. So super fun games. Last pile for my must play, must own recommendation as far as N64 titles go. Another one, you can't go wrong with Bomberman. There's no way. Bomberman 64. I am still looking out for Second Attack. That's another one that's pretty sought after and not that cheap as far as like if you even get it like online. But nonetheless, I got this one and another really good game. Gauntlet Legends. I remember picking this up from a reseller and from a flea market, and I love getting games from resellers that they slip on prices because a lot of times they either overprice a game, and he slipped on this, the guy that was selling it, and that is of course Gauntlet Legends, another amazing title for the N64. And I remember picking this up for only $10, which that's all day, any day. Really good one. Uh, let's see. Okay, this one is more of a 3D kind of like a beat 'em up, and I'm sure it was on different platforms. Um, I think it was on the PS1 and the Dreamcast, if I'm not mistaken, or as far as I know, Part Two was on the Dreamcast. But that is Fighting Force. Pretty cool, pretty fun, and I love beat 'em ups. One of my favorite genres, of course. And Fighting Force 64, 1080 snowboarding. Again, this one holds a special place in my heart. Super nostalgic for this game. Would always play this as a kid. 1080. It's so much fun. It's so good. Good stuff. Another great one. I absolutely love this game, and I'm going to be the rest of these recommendations are going to be racing games. Kind of wanted to like mix it up, mix and match, or whatnot. But that is Wave Race 64, another absolute classic, a must-have if you collect or want to play N64 games. It's so much fun. I love this game. Another good one is Wipeout 64. I think overall, like racing games, Wipeout is another fantastic series. They do have like more newer games on different platforms, different consoles as well. Another really good one. And of course, Diddy Kong Racing, another really fun one. As far as I remember, you could play as Conker in this from Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I usually play as Conker uh, and with this a lot of the times. Another solid, I don't want to say it's a Mario clone, but a Mario Kart clone, but Mario Kart inspired a lot of these games, and the N64 was like race heavy as far as like racing games went. They had a lot of amazing games, a lot of racing, good games, good stuff. Next one, another really good one, Mickey Speedway USA, very fun, Mario Kart style. Uh, and of course, Beetle Adventure Racing, super fun racer, uh, very cool. With you play as with the Beetle cars, Bugs or whatever they're called, Beetles, Bugs, yeah, Volkswagen Bugs, Beetles. Anyway, and last guys, but definitely not least, is F-Zero X, and it's not the easiest racer game, but it is super fun. You'll have a ton of fun with this. If you don't have it, another one I highly recommend. So that is it, guys, for my recommendations as far as for N64 titles go. Again, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for taking time for out of your days and watching my videos. Thank you for the continued support and all the comments I've been getting. I'm already past like 630 subs, on the road to 1,000. Just doing it for the fun of it. I don't even say anymore like sub to my channel or anything or this that. Comment. Let's talk about video games. Let me know what your guys' favorite N64 games are. I know a lot of people might be saying like, "Oh, you should have put this title or this that." These are more games that I wanted to focus on. That just to like, there were so many great ones. I was thinking about doing like only maybe like 5 or 10. Then I was like, you know what? Let me do like a recommendation where there's like a bunch of games. Maybe people are starting to collect new and they want to get into it. So these games I highly recommend. Very fun stuff. And again, thank you very much. And I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Um, Stay up, keep video gaming, keep retro gaming alive, and hope you all have a fantastic day. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care. Sammy's outie.
I'll be back.